Well, good evening, everybody. It's your boy El Guapo, and tonight I am going to be doing some coloring work on my comic, The Gods and Soldiers, which is currently funding. Not funding. I apologize. It's currently in pre-launch on Indiegogo, so you can go to the um, uh, sign up page there, put your email address in so you can add it to the mailing list. And when you get added to the mailing list, when the campaign launches, you'll receive an exclusive digital desktop background created by myself. And you'll be able to put that, you receive that. And then also, there's going to be other surprises as well that I will add once the campaign gets going for um, pre-launch, or maybe before people that sign up for the mail list. But anyway, the um, just want to talk for a little bit here as I'm calling these pages. Um, I am just asking a question. Why do why do we make comics? Why do I create comics? Why do people want to do something like this? Right now, it's a very uh, difficult time. Right now, with comics essentially being politicized like they are, and you've got this group against that group, this faction against that faction. But why is it that you create comics? I mean, who are you doing it for, and why? So I ask myself this question. I say, well, why am I doing it? What is what is it that is spurring me on? What is it that is getting me to do this? It's a lot of times it's a thanks job. It's a lonely type of thing to do. You're with your thoughts, working on your pages and that sort of thing. Um, but just to be frank with you, I think that innately we all have a desire, to put something out there. And I've done independent comics work for a long time, and much of that has been with other people's thoughts and ideas. And I just felt that I want to do my own thing. I want to tell my own stories. I have stories to tell, and I have ideas. And so I've brought along some people that could help me do just that, create my own stories and bring them out. And for instance, let's look at Gods and Soldiers. What is the story about? Part of it has some of my personal experiences in it. That the story is about a couple of Marine buddies, and but it has things that I enjoy. And there's going to be action, adventure. There'll be obviously military talk. Not too much, not too overbearing, but it's going to be there. We're going to be talking about the struggles of being a soldier. Not only that, but we're going to be mixing in some crazy things, things that I enjoyed from, my childhood, my youth, watching movies that I like, such as Indiana Jones and, the um, King Solomon's Mines and, things like that. I like that sort of thing. I enjoy the treasure hunting type movies, and I really get a kick out of that. So I wanted to just kind of make a fun story around a couple of characters that had no agenda, other than that, they were just living life and the struggles of being a former soldier. Some for a lot of military people, it's hard to adjust to, a regular life, when you've been years in war, like these two guys in Afghanistan, and then all of a sudden you're kind of put out into the general populace, and it's hard to make that adjustment. Um, and some people deal with PTSD that kind of affects them and helps them to, prevents them from moving forward. For instance, the gentleman over here, he has a deep religious faith, but going in to the military, and then once serving in the Marines in Afghanistan and seeing the horrors of war, that gets challenged. So now he's having a crisis of faith after seeing certain things and participating in certain things, and it just doesn't sit well with him. So what do you do with that? There's lots of things in the Christian faith, such as not taking a life and these sort of things that we're, as soldiers, we're asked to do. I'm a veteran myself of the Marine Corps, and you have to reconcile these things, when you're a soldier, and sometimes you're going to be asked to do things that are going to be against your religious and worldview, and you have to understand that it's just part of the job, part of something you have to do. But people have a difficult time adjusting to it. The questions come: how could God, allow the horrors of war? But these are questions that soldiers struggle with. And then so that's Mike Zisk, and then the other gentleman over here, the Puerto Rican flag, he's a Puerto Rican. So not that I'm inserting myself into my story, but a lot of Hispanics serve in the military, and I wanted to make sure that there was that representation there. But this guy here, he's his name is Bruce Daring, and he has dealing with financial issues, which is another struggle. When you're a soldier, you don't get paid a lot. You're putting your life at risk, and the reward is not commensurate with the risk. And so you have a certain set of skills that are not necessarily marketable out there, and so you're going to try to earn money any way that you can, the best way you can. So here we have these two former military guys, friends, from the war, and they're on these paths that have brought them to this place here. But that's the kind of story I want to tell, in essence, and try to make it fun. But I just feel like I want to tell the story. If you have a story idea, you want to make a comic, just do it. Just make your story. Is it going to be marketable? Are people going to want to buy it? I don't know. But you make the best story that you can, with your worldview, and realistically, don't even worry about, well, is it marketable? Is it this? I'm of a firm belief that if a story is good, and it's told well, and if the art is solid and doesn't distract from the story, that it's going to appeal to an audience. I mean, Michael Golden put out a comic called The Nom, and it had a very long run. Now, Michael Golden's a great artist. The stories were good, and it told the horrors of war from that perspective of the time. And it was a very successful book for Marvel for a long time. And who would have thought that, that it would be that way? But yeah, here it was, So we never know, what kind of genre people are going to be into. Comics are not just superhero comics. Comics are more than that. It's just a medium of telling a story, which is why when we see people wonder, well, why is the American comics market is struggling. Well, maybe it's because they're not, telling every story that can be told out there. I mean, there was a while there back in shortly after the war where, romance novels were the big thing. And then horror was the big thing after that. Then you had, Western comics, cowboys and Indian stories and this sort of thing. And then you started seeing with Stan Lee and rather DC Comics with Superman, they're still there, but, Stan Lee kind of and Jack Kirby kind of made superheroes exciting again. And, we've kind of ridden that wave, and, not that superhero comics are not viable, but I think that the audience for these books is a whole lot more diverse. And so I think that, there's room for comics to be created that are talking and about things other than just the X-Men or the Avengers or Justice League or Batman or whatever. I think that there's room, to tell stories about, I don't know, name a thing, race car driving, NASCAR. How about, the fashion industry or what? Yeah, who knows? There could be, something there. I mean, in manga, they have stories about, golf, about the game Go, chess, ping pong, you name it. And volleyball, they have animes on volleyball and haiku. And so there's so many different topics that you can tap into. And, it could be told in a way that is interesting and that it could be done well. I think that there would be an audience for that. But we don't know. I think that, we owe it to the comics industry to at least explore it and see, what can come of it, what can be produced and made for people outside of, just regular superhero comics. And so, this is what I'm telling these guys in Gods and Soldiers, Mike and Bruce. They're not superheroes. They're just regular guys, soldiers, yes, but just regular persons. They don't have any superpowers to speak of. But I want to have them get into adventures and things where, they can perhaps make an impact, where, their skill set could be used, and also have them experience things that, are out of the ordinary. I'm going to be weaving, we'll be talking conspiracy theories in here, and, shadow governments and all this other stuff. And so all that stuff's going to be present in this book. And, it's something that, I hope, people will enjoy. And, I hope that when the campaign goes live that, you'll consider, supporting the campaign and, backing it and, giving different stories, an opportunity. And, hopefully I can do that here. I've already, put out, another story based on, demons and stuff like that, which is kind of falls in the horror genre, but, I'm doing it as a, dramedy type thing, supernatural thriller, but the whole focus of that story, and that's Chango that I'm talking about now, is about the relationship between a mother and her son. So, the demons and the scary stuff is in there, but it's, I'm focusing more on that aspect. On here, focusing on the relationship with these two guys that serve together, and, they honor their country and they're honoring each other, but, they're they're going to be running into some situations that, are definitely, as they say, above their pay grade. So, I guess that's all I have for now. I think that, once again, if you want to make comics, just make them. You may have a story that people want to hear, want to know about, or maybe they didn't even realize they wanted to hear. But it's your opportunity as a creator to get that told. Surround yourself with people that are going to be able to do that job and do it well for you, or just do everything soup to nuts. In essence, I have a writer that I've brought along. His name is Mark. Did a great job putting the story together. We worked through my idea and kind of fleshed it out. And I've done the penciling, the inking, and now I'm, coloring the pages. But I'm just taking a shot here and just trying to get everything done. Hopefully, if this is successful, I may be able to bring other people on to assist in some of these duties. But for now, this is the way it is, and so just want to thank everybody for coming in and listening to me ramble on for a bit here. Make sure that you check the link to the Indiegogo Prelaunch page, which I'll add below. And also follow me on my social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, if you'd like. And, definitely check out the campaign, sign up, and, look for it when it launches. I'm going to try to do the best I can, make it the best story for you. So appreciate it, and give it a shot. Everyone have a good night, and God bless.